And there's Mike Powell as we come back inside the game.
He has Bruce. He's another young fella, another young rising star, and one of the many that we're really trying to groom as we head towards 2000. Chris, you know, sort of hadn't really qualified, hadn't made the team early on. Had run reasonably well back in Australia through our domestic season, but had the confidence to come over here, backed his own performances, came to Europe, ran a couple of sensational races to get the qualifying time, and here he is representing Australia at the Olympic Games.
And what time does he have to run? Now, the first 6 will go through, plus 6 after that. What time does he have to get if he's not in the first 6? This is a really tough field, by the way, including Moses Kiptanui, the great Kenyan, who's at the back of the field at the moment.
Well, Chris, again, is in a fairly lucky position being in the last of the 3 heats, because we know that the 6 fastest times after the automatic 6 qualifiers in each heat go through, and from the computer we know that he has to run 8:42.75 or faster to automatically qualify. And he has a best of 8:29.70, so if he runs up to form, he has to be a tremendous chance to get in.
Leading out there is Cullen of Great Britain, who's one of the outsiders, and there's some of the favourites here: Carosi of Italy, Svenoy of Norway, Brand of Germany, obviously Kiptanui, and Balami of Morocco. But Kiptanui so confident at the back. He was in unbelievable form last year, twice under 8 minutes, including one night where it was windy and cold, and he blew them away in Gothenburg. We said he's won 3 World Championships. Now Chris Unthank at the back, and Moses Kiptanui, who came down to Australia this year and raced against Chris in Hobart from memory, and tried to set up a good time for him, and Chris ran about 8:30 that day, so they know each other, and Kiptanui was very helpful whilst he was out in Australia towards the Australian competitor here.
Well, Moses Kiptanui really is one of the superstars, one of the legends of track and field. The only man to run under 8 minutes in the steeple, has the 6th fastest times ever for this event, has the World Championship records, winning World Championships 95, 93 and 91. Actually has the world record, or had the world record for 3,000 metres, where he ran an average of 59.9 per lap for the flat 3,000 metres. So that's sub 4-minute mile pace for 3,000 metres, which is a tremendous performance.
Unthank trying to hang on here as Kiptanui is going to work his way around very confidently, and it's going to be tough now for the Aussie. He's going to probably get dropped by the main group if they do speed up, and he's just got to concentrate and try and get the most out of himself possible. It's not easy. Cullen leads, Brand is second. He's been mixing it with the top men. He's the German in second place. It's a terrific aerial shot. Camera that's suspended in the middle of the stadium going along with him as we come down low again. And there's Mark Davis and Chris Unthank just behind him. Davis, the American. Carosi's a very good kicker from Italy. He's 3 from the back as they come to the water jump again. Lift themselves over. Balami moving up to be 4th outside Brand. So it's Cullen, Kiptanui, Brand, and Balami. Svenoy just behind them, 5th. He's been the NCAA champion, the collegiate champion in America before. He's a Norwegian who lives and studies in America, as so many of the European athletes were found here, that so many come from an American background, and also the Africans.
Well, there's so much opportunity here in the States for a lot of the track runners to get both an education and the opportunity to have some good solid competition during the American track season. The US college system has been the breeding ground, the development ground for a lot of champion athletes for a long time. And here's Kiptanui, who's so gracefully moved from last place into first and has picked up the pace considerably. Chris is going to find this hard, although he's positioned himself well at the back of that lead group there. And if he can just position himself, make sure he gets a good clean run at each of the hurdles, each of the steeples. Coming up to the water jump now, he needs to be able to accelerate into the water jump and get a good kick off the jump, so that hopefully he only lands with 1 foot in the water, which is what these runners are trying to do.
Done a good job. He's right on the back of Carosi, and there are 3 men behind him. So if the pace is fast enough, he's around the mark. Kiptanui leads Balami, Cullen and Brand. Carosi And then Svenoy, the tall Norwegian, and the Australian with the sunglasses on, just shading the Russian Golias with 2 laps to go. And he's moved past Golias. He must be feeling all right. Top 6 automatically go to the semi-finals. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in front of him right now. They're all good. They've got a great reputation, but he's not thinking about that right now.
Well, he wants to get himself through as one of the automatic 6 qualifiers, and he's in great form. He ran 8:29.70 and 8:29.77 here in Europe already this season. And Kiptanui's opening up a big solid lead there, but making it look so very, very easy. He's still very much jogging, still in his jogging mode. Will accelerate in, get a good push off the jump, and Chris now has to really gather himself, run off this last steeple into the last lap.
1.531 or 3.3 brand of Germany. Unthank hanging in.
Starting to find it pretty hard. You saw his head wobble back a little bit as he landed off that last
But he pushes through here, Zeke. He's moved up into 5th place. He did run out of room. He's got to get a sight now, and did. So this last lap, dig deep. Kiptanui leads. Brand, Bellamy, Carosi. Then Svenoy, Cullen, Unthank.
Still in 7th position there.
Now the time, a reminder about what he has to run to.
8:42.75.
So he's got a good chance of doing that. A terrific chance. I think he'll qualify. He's moved up to 5th place. This has been a terrific performance. They'll sprint for home, and he now is digging in. Carosi's gone past Kiptanui. He's not worried about that. Bellamy and Unthank's in 4th place. This has been a real surprise.
Tremendous performance from him.
Got to get out of the water jump quickly, and now he's got to sprint. Well, if he's in the first 6, he'll make it. He's in that position now. A couple might take him, and 8:42 that time, and he's going to make it.
Come on, he's got to run it right through, though. He can't afford to look around. He's just got to run for that finish line.
He'll do it easily, Dick, with the time. It's 8:27. This is terrific running. So Kiptanui second, Carosi, and Chris Unthank has made the semi-finals of the steeplechase.
He'll be very thrilled. A great performance from another young Australian coming through, 23-year-old.
Been some good stories tonight with Paul Byrne's effort tonight. Kyle van der Kuip, whose final comes up in about 15 minutes' time. Kathy Freeman, obviously, quite outstanding in one of the great races. And young Chris Unthank also going very, very well. We saw Rowan Robinson today.
Australia's brought over its biggest team to these Olympics in track and field. And that has been a deliberate strategy to give the opportunity to a lot of these talented young Australians coming up to 2000.
It's down with Pat Welsh. Chief Pat, he was rubbing shoulders with some of the elite there, and he did a great job.
Bruce has just mentioned you were rubbing shoulders with the elite, and you did a fantastic job tonight.
Well, thanks very much, Bruce, and all the Australian public have been supporting the whole Australian team, and it's really great to get behind us.
You didn't qualify over there, you gambled and headed overseas, you backed your own ability. It's all paid off, hasn't it?
Well, yeah, you know, we knew we had it. It's just a matter of getting a race.
What about the feeling inside here tonight? You've got Carl Lewis jumping over there.
It's fantastic, isn't it? 80,000 plus, can't beat it.
You just look so strong as the race went on. You seemed to get stronger, and a little bit of a shoving match down here. You weren't going to be intimidated by that field.
Well, I mean, you got to do your own race and push back when need to. So, yeah, it was good.
Well, we wish you the best of luck.
Thanks very much.
Thanks, Chris.
Chris Unthank with Pat Welsh. Pat's got a fantastic view down there.